Hey, my name is Becky Zee, and I like to create silly little creatures in clay, and I call my shop Becky Zee. I've always been interested in clay. I've been a clay fanatic from about yay high, but I never really delved into it, mainly because it was hard to get into. You can't really find people with kilns and stuff. It's a whole lot easier to get involved in painting or in drawing, because all you got to do is pick up a paintbrush or a pencil. With clay, you have to find the clay, you have to find somebody who has a kiln, you have to find somebody who actually knows what they're doing. It's a complicated and kind of expensive hobby to get started. So over the course of my life, I slowly took classes and just found equipment, got a kiln here, got a wheel there, then started playing, and then next thing I know, I hear about this thing called Etsy, and that was back in 2011. And at the time, I had a small shop. This shop here was very small. It just had a table and a kiln outside, and that's pretty much it, and a bag of clay. And I was starting to accrue a whole bunch of pots, and I thought to myself, well, they're going nowhere, so I may as well put them up on the internet and see what happens. At the very least, they'll just sit there. But if they sell, then I'll have more money for clay and equipment, and I figured that was a win-win situation. So what have I got to lose? I first got into the Pink Palace Craft Fair, I think in 2018, and that was a huge leap for me, because that was managing an entire 10-foot by 10-foot space, weathering, just all kinds of, rain perhaps, or the sun, or when you go into a craft fair, it's a huge undertaking. If you take a look at what I did 10 years ago, it has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. I was trying to make, quote, serious work, like cups and bowls and traditional stuff, using traditional stoneware glazes. And every so often, I just kind of go off on a tangent and make something funny. Like I made an owl. That's an owl whistle, and I decided, heck, I'm going to put it up there. And it was the first thing that sold. And so I was like, okay, well, that's fun. The next thing I know, I'm making a dog, I'm making a cat, I'm making other things, and more. The ones that have the animal, the ones that look like animals, not only did they sell faster, but I got a kick out of making them. It made me happy, and apparently it made other people happy too. And so it was a mutually beneficial agreement, kind of a silent handshake type thing. I make what I like, and you buy what I make, and that's the way it's been going. And I've been getting nuttier and nuttier, and just delving deep and thinking to myself, well, let's see if I could do this, or what if I made this? I put it out there, people seem to like it, great. I'll just keep going. And so I keep on getting this permission to go down further and further down the rabbit hole, per se. So, and it ends up not being a rabbit hole, because it seems like when I make, in my mind, when I make what I like, I find my people, my people find me. It's such a rewarding, happy experience. I can't believe that I do this for a living. It's wonderful.